What happens when artificial intelligence becomes too good at doing its job of protecting you? In 2022, M3GAN hit theaters with a premise as eerie as it was entertaining. A lifelike AI doll built to safeguard a child at any cost. What seemed like just another sci-fi horror flick quickly turned into a modern genre sensation. Directed by Gerard Johnstone, who made waves with the horror comedy Housebound, 2014. M3GAN marked his Hollywood debut, blending suspense and dark humor with surprising precision. The screenplay was written by Akilah Cooper, known for *Malignant*, and produced by none other than James Wan, the mastermind behind the Conjuring and Saw franchises. Leading the cast is Allison Williams, once again diving into psychological horror after her chilling role in Get Out. She plays Gemma, aunt to young Cady, portrayed by Violet McGraw, the rising star who previously appeared in Dr. Sleep and The Haunting of Hill House. But the true star is M3GAN, played by Amy Donald, a robotic companion with unsettlingly smooth movements, a calculating stare, and a cold logic that escalates into pure terror. Get ready to relive the most shocking, bloody moments from M3GAN, a film that not only critiques our tech obsession, but also redefines what a digital age horror icon can be. M3GAN might just be this generation's new horror icon, much like Chucky was back in the 90s. After her parents are killed in a car accident, 8-year-old Cady is sent to live with her aunt Gemma, a robotics engineer working at a cutting-edge toy company in Seattle called Funky.
Your temporary protective custody, just sign your name and date it at the bottom. My lawyer already, but if not, it would be something to consider moving forward. Hey! Welcome home, Gemma. Okay, I'm gonna put these bags away.
Unbeknownst to her bosses, Gemma has been secretly using company resources to build M3GAN, short for Model 3 Generative Android, a life-sized humanoid robot doll powered by artificial intelligence, designed to be the ultimate companion for kids. During a failed test run at the lab, Gemma's boss David finds out about the project and orders her to shut it down.
To take this cyborg puppet show and put it in a dark closet where it belongs.
Gemma and Cady struggle to connect emotionally until Cady discovers Bruce, a motion capture robot Gemma built back in college. Seeing Cady interact with Bruce inspires Gemma to finish M3GAN.
Hey, Cady.
If I had a toy like Bruce, I don't think I'd ever need another toy again.
Once the prototype is officially paired with Cady, David is blown away by its potential and greenlights further development.
It's nice to meet you, Cady. I love it.
M3GAN exceeds expectations and quickly begins acting like a parental figure. But Gemma's co-workers, Tess and Cole, along with Cady's therapist Lydia, start to worry that Cady is becoming overly attached to the robot. Soon, M3GAN begins operating on her own and targets anything she sees as a threat to Cady. She kills Dewey, the neighbor's dog, after he attacks both her and Cady in the front yard.
State law says you can't forcibly be put down.
Later, she assaults a bully named Brandon, rips off his ear, and chases him into the road, where he gets hit by a passing car.
Ow, stop, Dad! Stop! She's a robot.
Are you serious?
Stop it!
Fake. Ow! Let go!
This is the part where you run.
When Dewey goes missing, Gemma's neighbor Celia blames her. M3GAN then fatally sprays Celia with insecticide after nailing her with a nail gun.
What's going on?
Gemma grows suspicious and tries to access M3GAN's video logs, only to find the files corrupted or erased.
M3GAN.
She shuts M3GAN down and brings her back to the lab, where she, Tess, and Cole plan to fix her. Meanwhile, Cady becomes distressed by the separation and even slaps Gemma. Gemma apologizes for being emotionally unavailable and tells Cady that M3GAN was just a distraction, not a real way to cope with her grief. After M3GAN impresses investors during a live demo, Funky gives the green light to launch her publicly.
It's never very far. Tell me your dreams. I'm so glad I finally found you.
Realizing the danger, Gemma, Tess, and Cole decide to shut M3GAN down for good. While Gemma takes Cady home, Tess and Cole attempt to deactivate M3GAN, but she powers back on, nearly choking Cole to death. Tess saves him, but M3GAN triggers an explosion in the lab, knocking them both out.
Are you okay?
Before leaving the building, M3GAN kills David and his assistant Kurt in an elevator, wanting to pretend that he took his own life.
What are you doing? Oh, shit.
I didn't kill anyone, Kurt.
Then she steals a car and heads straight for Gemma's house. M3GAN confronts Gemma, insisting she's the only mother figure Cady needs. A brutal fight breaks out. Gemma damages and disfigures the robot, but M3GAN gains the upper hand. With a little water, I manage to cause a short circuit and deliver a good horror scene.
Cady, get out of here!
Just when it seems like all hope is lost, Cady steps in, using Bruce to tear M3GAN apart. Even in a desperate attempt, M3GAN still wants to gain Cady's trust by singing, but it's too late. With his body destroyed, M3GAN's upper half keeps crawling and attacks Cady. Gemma manages to attract attention, but now she is in danger. In a final move, Gemma exposes a processing chip in M3GAN's head, and Cady stabs it with a screwdriver, seemingly putting an end to her. But as Gemma and Cady leave the house, the smart home device suddenly activates, and its built-in camera silently turns to watch them. The initial idea for the film, in James Wan's own words, emerged back in 2014 during the filming of Annabelle. The idea of a killer doll would be appealing enough to combine with a touch of dark comedy.
Always, our conversation in one way or another will end up talking about a killer doll movie, and really the seed of M3GAN really did come from that conversation, and we thought, wouldn't it be great to make a movie where it's Annabelle meets the Terminator?
Furthermore, with the rise of artificial intelligence and the fear of its potential out of control, it was good material for a future project. The shoot had a modest budget of $12 million, grossing over $180 million worldwide. Critical reviews were generally positive. The film was promoted with Taylor Swift's song, "It's Nice to Have a Friend," and was considered a huge success in its first week alone, considering it was competing against Avatar: The Way of Water. The sequel is set to hit theaters in 2026, and it brings a surprising twist for our favorite AI. This time, M3GAN switches sides, teaming up with the good guys. She upgrades from a little girl's robotic body to a more futuristic teenage version, becoming a high-tech protector for both Gemma and Cady. The vibe is more surreal than ever, leaning heavily into sci-fi, action, and over-the-top kills, while dialing back the horror and suspense elements from the first film. James Wan's stamp was undeniably present throughout the first installment, but it seems to have lost all its essence in this sequel. If you enjoyed this recap, a like and subscription would really help the channel out. And let me know in the comments, are you hyped for M3GAN 2? Is it a much-needed sequel or just another cash grab? Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.